Righty, so let's talk a little bit about this underpainting that I'm doing. So the first thing I wanted to talk about is why I'm doing an underpainting. So the reason is it just helps me to judge color, and I personally really like doing this because it just really helps to cover the canvas, especially on a white canvas. A lot of the times the whiteness will show through and it's hard to cover it. So I just really like it because it helps give the painting a warm undertone. So here I am using some charcoal to sketch out my painting. So I wanted to talk a little bit about my process for this painting and also my thought process. Now this painting is very closely inspired by an artist on YouTube called Mira Byler, and you guys may have heard of her. She is an amazing artist on YouTube and she does some really good impressionistic style paintings, and in recent times I've really been inspired by her and I really wanted to do a painting like this. So this painting is going to be very closely inspired by one of her paintings. I have sort of played around with the color palette and the kind of overall vibe of the painting. But the first thing I'm going to do is do the underpainting. Then I'm basically going to do the flowers on the painting. And I feel like with this painting, the hardest part is the background. And I think that's the part that took me the longest, I believe, on this painting. So as I mix the color for my painting, I wanted to kind of make a few announcements and talk about a few things regarding my YouTube channel. As you guys may have noticed, I've changed my name as well as the kind of slogan for my channel, and I updated you guys on my community tab on YouTube, but I just wanted to talk about this in this video. And the reason I've decided to do this is purely because I've kind of understood over the past year of doing YouTube that art and studying are the two main things that I love to do. And I wanted to be able to have a channel where I could upload videos about both of them. Because before this, on my older channel, it's still the same channel, I've just changed my name. I was just uploading content about studying, and I always felt like there was a part of me that really wanted to do creative videos. I've done a few videos on my channel about different art supplies and doing some creative things. but I really want to be able to have a platform where I can upload about creative stuff all the time and still be able to do the academic side of things, which is still a huge part of my life. So now on this channel, I'm basically going to be uploading whatever I want to upload and whatever season of life I'm in. So if I'm doing a lot of creative things, probably that's what I'm going to be uploading about. But if I'm doing a lot of studying or I'm busy with that, that's probably what you're going to be seeing on my channel. So as always, if you guys have any in suggestions for videos regarding any content that you would like to see, do comment them down below and I will try my best to make those videos. So this is the part where I started sketching the flowers and sort of filling them in with color. And as I'm doing this, I'm starting to think about my color palette a little bit. And I really wanted to shoot for spring and bright colors because I feel like with Impressionism, it's really fun to kind of play around with color and texture as well. So what I've decided to do is keep the flowers very bright, and then I'm gonna go for a really, really dark background to hopefully help the flowers stand out. And I'm also planning on playing around with the sky and the top of the painting a little bit because I feel like the top of the painting is a good opportunity to play around with texture and color as well. So now I'm starting to work on the background, and I actually finished this off camera because it took way too long to do the background. But I'm just doing a really, really dark black color, almost like a dark green. And I think this is going to be really helpful when it's all done and he has the details on top of it. And the reason I'm doing this is it's going to help the whole painting stand out and every single color sort of stand out on its own. Because if I was to do a green background, I felt that it would very closely kind of not work with the flowers as well. So this background took really long, by the way, and I think this is one of the things I love about painting. Now that I have the time to paint and I have that creative liberty to paint, I love painting now. Especially acrylics is definitely something I love to do. So I think I'm going to be doing more of these throughout summer when I have the time and the kind of supplies to do them as well. But my upcoming video that I'll be uploading after this one is also really, really exciting, so stay tuned for that. now day 2 of painting, and here I have done the background off camera. And this was the day that I solely worked on the background, and this was the day I did a lot of the leaves and the greener details of this painting. And I think this was the most painstaking thing of this painting when I did the leaves and the background, because there was such a large area of background. I needed to primarily fill it all in and kind of work around the whole flower details that I was doing as well. This was definitely the most enjoyable part of the painting when I was doing the details in the background. All of these little pops of color really were lovely when they all came together in the end of the painting. And the reason I'm adding all of these little bits of color is to just help the overall aesthetic of the painting look so much brighter and colorful. So this is definitely the messy stages of this painting, and this was particularly the day where I felt I wasn't happy with this painting. And I think as an artist, it's really hard to get out of these stages where you're not sure about painting and you don't want to move on. But I think every single time I put some color into this painting, I was feeling better and better. I was particularly not happy with the flowers at this point. So this is actually the reason I decided to add more flowers to this painting, because initially I wanted to do less flowers, more color. But I sort of realized that I had so much gray area at this point that I needed to add something into this painting to help tie it all in back into the painting. So I added more flowers, and I think this was the day that I did a lot of work on this painting. I did the flowers and I almost finished this painting on the third day. So this took me total of 3 days to paint. I did take a 2 day break in between when I wasn't sure what I wanted to do with this painting. But I guess I had the time. I took my time with this painting and I really, really enjoyed doing this. I have not done a painting in a very long time. So this was really good to kind of get me back into painting and art and all of that. And I'm really, really enjoying this process. So here I'm adding detail to the flowers, and now this was something, and I'm gonna say this out loud now. I was not happy with the flowers at this point. I just wasn't sure about the color, and you'll see me changing the color later. But this was definitely a tough decision to make about how I wanted to do the flowers because I have never done impressionistic, kind of modern impressionistic flowers. So this was definitely a tough one for me to do. And I decided to just kind of do lines and texture and hopefully make it look like a flower. And I think with impressionism, it's really kind of free for you to do whatever you want. So yeah, here I did the lines on the flowers, and I do feel like if with impressionism you do whatever color and texture you want, it does sort of come together at the end. So that's quite nice about impressionism that I personally like. So this is the final painting finished. I am really happy with this painting. I really enjoyed doing it. So do comment your thoughts down below. I do hope you enjoyed this video and subscribe below, and I'll see you next time. Bye guys!